Hey y'all, what's up? Call me, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages. Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so very much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment. It is always and forever going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, cosmic guides, all beings of the highest and purest white light only with the best interest of me and the collective at heart. You are always and forever welcome into my readings. Okay, please get my wonderful, fabulous, and amazing Piscean Zero family the best and most accurate information for them at this time. Okay, so this is an Ascended Masters reading. Okay, it's already happening. Welcome to any new subscribers. Okay, welcome back to my beautiful subscribers who are already here. I love and appreciate each and every single one of you guys. So I do have a note for the Ascended Masters, but first I was getting dressed, okay, and my necklace thing broke, and so I was looking through my jewelry and stuff for another one, and this ring was just calling my name. So this ring is Jasper, okay. So I found it in the crystal book. It's talking about earth, and it says earth healing. It says connection with nature, and it says joy in life, okay. It says it offers a key to one's heart connection to nature and one's impulse to work toward planetary healing, okay? So you could be getting some sort of boost in your healing and also like a boost in the way you feel, a boost in your joy, okay? This is the Ascended Masters working in your energy, okay? Buddha could be very specific because on this video, like the sound in the background, it has Buddha on it, okay? And he is an Ascended Master, okay? So you could be seeing a lot of Buddha, or just feel very resonant with that energy is how I'm hearing it, okay? So it says it awakens the awareness that we as creatures are not separated from the world of animals and plants or minerals for that matter, okay? With this awareness comes a delicious sense of joy, the joy of the winged bird in flight, the joy of the sunflower following its beloved across the sky. The organic enjoyment of existence has been lost by many people in this technological age, but carrying a piece of rainforest jasper can help one reawaken to it. Once this joy has been kindled, in awareness of the precarious position of life on earth comes at the same time. And these two experiences together, the understanding of the incredibly precious gift of life and realization that it is all in danger, work together to help one commit to action on belief of the preservation and support of life, okay? So you're awakening some sort of like really deep connection between you and the earth, okay? Or that earth energy, your connection to everything, expanding your idea of oneness and like, who you really truly are at a soul level. It says a doorway to the realms of natural power and wisdom, okay? So you're stepping through some sort of doorway to the realms of natural power and more wisdom, because you give me a very wise energy already. They wouldn't be like giving you this if you haven't been like if you hadn't been exercising your wisdom and your natural power very well, very responsibly. You are a warrior, a shining one, my love, okay? And you carry very unique gifts, especially when it comes to like healing with this medicine mother energy right here at the bottom of this deck. There's also the magic guardian and the high priestess right here at the bottom of this deck, okay? And the sun under that with enjoy, success, and happiness, okay? So continue to be the light because it's getting you everywhere that you need to go energetically, okay? Bringing in a lot more beautiful power to you. It says natural power is the ability to recognize one's interconnectedness with all things and to utilize that connection for balance and healing of the earth and one another. Natural wisdom consists of the highest spiritual teachings contained in all of nature. The lessons learned by observing nature with a humble and open heart can be much more valuable than the information. It says, hold on, sorry. It says it can be much more valuable than the information gained from any book or human spiritual teacher. Rainforest jasper assists one in consciously participating in the dance of physical creation that exists in nature. Okay, so this is what the Ascended Masters want you to focus on a little bit more and are helping to connect you to. Okay, it says rainforest jasper connects one to the sacred web of life that exists in nature. It is a powerful stone for working with nature spirits and devic beings, for earth healing, and for bringing the pure energy of the natural realm into any treatment room or environment. So the affirmation says, I embrace with joy my organic living organism, and I act lovingly toward the earth and its creatures, okay? And it says, slowing the aging process with this Mook Jasper, slowing the aging process, intergenerational genetic healing, and the perception of earth energies, okay? So the more you perceive these earth energies and you tap into the connection with it, then it kind of slows your aging process, okay? Like, I know that sounds like, some supernatural shit, but you are this, like, beautiful, supernatural, out of, not of this world type of energy. So, like, you could be looking really great at this time, even because you already hold that natural earth connection energy. But I think if you do that a little bit more, woo, you would be, like, way too much for people, okay? And, also, you've done a lot of this intergenerational healing, and it's having a great effect on the genetic healing that's going on within yourself. So continue to tap into the earth like that, okay? The affirmation says, I awaken my genetic inheritance and my capacities to feel and flow with the knowing that comes directly from nature, okay? Ooh, I like that. Okay, so, and then we got spiritual strength right here at the bottom of this deck, okay? So you're receiving some sort of increase in your spiritual energies. Yeah, we got third eye chakra. You're about to, I think, see the world in a much different place, See yourself is what I'm hearing, okay? This is 69. You could be a life path number 6 or 9, or have your birthday on the 6th or the 9th of any month. There's also a 6 at the bottom of this deck and a 6 at the bottom of this deck, okay? So you could be seeing 666 or 66, or, those numbers could be significant to you. We got material harvest, okay? So this is what they're seeing happening in your energy. It's the number 9. So maybe like there's some sort of material hardship coming to an end, or maybe you could just have like these unfortunate, events, which is funny because of the note, okay? It's from a series of unfortunate events, the show, okay? But you could have had a series of unfortunate events happening and just feeling like, what the hell is going on? I thought I was on this track. I thought, things were going to go like this. I thought I had everything kind of figured out, and the Ascended Masters are just saying like, don't worry, this series of unfortunate events is leading to something much more positive, something that works out for you in the end. It's just like how my necklace broke, and then I had to look in the box, and then I came across the ring, and I was able to give you that very important information. It's no different with you and the way that things happen in your life. And sometimes they happen like to your career, or with the people around you, and it's like this buildup of energy, and for there to be this big explosion of a new level of spiritual, like, coherence, like, what else? We got emotional withdrawal, okay? So I feel like this could definitely be something that they're working on you with, on healing, okay? Like, I don't know, you could still be like, you could still easily emotionally withdraw from people, but I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. Maybe you might do it in certain situations where you should like face that thing head on, but I don't feel like they're saying it like as a con. I feel like it's definitely a pro at this time. Like, you could be really called to withdraw your energy, and it can make other people around you feel like, oh, you just want to be separate from us, or you're just being selfish, or you're just being stingy, or whatever. But you're grounding such big energies and increasing like your connection with everything that is, you know, increasing your connection with the divine, increasing your connection with your ascended masters at this time. So don't worry, okay? They're saying like the energy will level back out, okay? With the Ace of Swords, the energy will level out. Like just release whatever it is that you feeling called to release at this time, so that you can receive this eight of Pentacles. You know, like your stability, I think, is about to change a lot because of the way that you've been manifesting and alchemizing the energy and transmuting and just really focusing on moving things along in the most positive way possible. But there is something going on the outside of you. I have to give you the note, okay? So what's going on the outside of them that you want them to be aware of? So we got the Page of Pentacles and the Three of Wands, okay? So this Page of Pentacles could be a very immature Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn type of energy. It's so perfect, okay? Or it could even be an Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, heavy on the Aries with the Three of Wands. I feel like this Page of Pentacles, okay, could be going through some sort of tower, okay? So the note says Carmelita Spats, okay? I don't know if you ever seen a series of unfortunate events, but if you haven't, you could just like look up clips of Carmelita Spats, okay? Because she is a mess, okay? Carmelita Spats is like really a bully. She's just a little girl, you know, but she's always wearing pink and she's always wearing tap shoes, and she's always just like dancing around, you know, like begging for attention. I seen 1122. She's always dancing around begging for attention, you know, and she's the queen of projection. She's always calling the other kids cake sniffers, like like crazy. She's like, cake sniffer, you know, and then they have a scene of her in the back in the kitchen sneaking, sniffing the cake and having the, you know, powder from the cake all over her face, you know. I wrote big ass bully. I wrote unpopular and didn't give a fuck. Like nobody liked Carmelita Spats, and she didn't care because she was very obnoxious, very nasty, you know, making fun of them because their parents passed away in a fire, you know, making fun of their trauma and the things that they've gone through, laughing at every unfortunate event that they've gone through. And so I feel like that's why this Page of Pentacles is very concerned about what's coming in for you now that they're going through this tower. You know, they know that you're about to receive something great, okay, with the Six of Pentacles and the Six of Wands. Like you're about to receive something great, and it's got this person really thinking about how they handled you in the past with the Six of Cups, and like really looking over the investments that they've chosen to make when it comes to you and the relationship that you guys have together, okay? So yeah, Carmelita was a trip, and she would do like she would do like the most annoying stuff. Like she would just walk up to them and just sing everything that she was sent to say, because they went to school with her, right? So she would like walk up and sing everything, and then she would be like, and my name is Carmelita. I ain't gonna lie, I like Carmelita. I find her to be quite hilarious, you know. I feel like the show wouldn't be the same without her. But if I had to deal with that kind of energy every day, or just, you know, even every other day, or just like once a month, it would be like, you know, here comes Carmelita ass. You know, she always wanted everybody to be like giving her way too much attention, and her jokes are mean and not funny, you know. And I feel like you could definitely have someone like this around you. But like I said already, you are a warrior, and nobody can stop what's coming in for you at this time. And that could be why you emotionally withdrew from this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn, you know. There's a feminine on the card, but a masculine also came out in this one. Somebody could have a green backpack or wear a red hat. Somebody definitely could be wearing red because they're both wearing red. She has like, you know, like calf-high boots on, okay? That could be significant. You could have like you could have like this kind of style, okay? You could live like in a farm area, like just outside the city, because the city is here, or you could live in the city and this person could live like kind of a little bit of a distance away, okay? And also Capricorn is highly significant in this Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn thing, you know? Somebody could be like ready to catch planes and trains and automobiles just to pull up and try to, affect your voluptuous authority. And I feel like the Ascended Masters are definitely helping you with this too, as you take this time to like connect more with the earth and connect more with who you really truly are and what you're meant to be doing. I think you're focused on the right things, like I always say, and this is talking about taking root in the other world, and I feel like this person has just like extended their roots so deep into the darkness that there's really like no coming back for them, or none of them kind of like being able to affect you or affect your energy. It's like you've taken root in the other world too, taking root in that earth energy, but you're coming from a really light place with it. And also, I feel like when it does come to dark energy, like because of your connection to the earth, you're really able to handle that energy a lot more effortlessly. And it's not really as much of a problem as people think that they're like giving you. You could be about to travel soon or receive some sort of new contract. Yeah, we got the warrior, the shining one. Like I already said. Like when it comes to fighting battles, I feel like you're a master. Like this ain't your first rodeo. You're a very old soul, and like you don't play, okay? Your guys do not play. They whoops ass, okay? We got Memphis with healing, okay? It's because of the way that you are like such an amazing healer though. Like the healing energy that you offer to this world is extremely valuable in the divine realm, is how I'm hearing it, okay? Very valuable to your guides, okay? You've answered this call between worlds, and the way that you're moving is just, the Banshee. This is the Banshee card, okay? It's the number 44, okay? So it's like the Banshee lets out this horrible scream, when death is about to occur, you know? And I feel like, I don't know, somebody could be like hearing that Banshee type of energy, or it just gives me the energy of like somebody's ears ringing a lot, sort of like as a warning, okay? We got the Sacred 3, which is talking about seeing in all directions, and which I feel like you do, I feel like the eyes behind your head got eyes behind your head. Like, there's not shit that you don't see or that you're not aware of, or like I feel like your angel guides, your ancestors, the Ascended Masters, they really do keep you up on game and keep you very aware of the things that are going on, and that just like really irritates this Page of Pentacles, okay? Yeah, we got wisdoms of the heart. Like this person's very upset about this new energy. It's like, even if it's to you, you're like, I've been doing this like for years now. Like, what do you mean new? But it's like they can't accept it, so to them it's still new. It's like this Page of Pentacles is still counting on you to like go backwards. But it's like they can see your motivation, they can see your willingness to thrive, and they can see that you're not about to quit on all of this shit that you have put your hard work and energy into. And it keeps just paying off spiritually, and that's why they had me start the way that they had me start. It's like you're extremely powerful. What's for you is always going to be for you. This material harvest is promised to you, and your Ascended Masters are making sure that you get it with the quickness, okay? And I'm hearing Buddha again, okay? Yeah, we got Puka with the trickster. Like, I just feel like this person thought they were going to come and, like, trick you in some sort of way, to, like, trick you out of your own energy, or, like, I don't know, convince you that you are something less than, I don't really know, like, what was the point? Like, what was Carmelita's motives for being so nasty, It's not like she ever got a reward or got anything out of it, Like, she was just a little bitch. And, it's funny in the show, but I just, like I said already, I don't feel like that kind of energy would be very funny to me if it was actually happening to me, Like, I would have to stop and just, like, I would have to say something. Even if it's just like, can you shut up? Like, don't nobody want to hear that shit right now, okay? just being annoying and obnoxious on purpose, and it's not cute, you know. Like it would get under my skin. It would irritate me, you know. So this could be someone who really does get under your skin, who really irritates you with their like cries for attention and all of the very like narcissistic things that they try to do to get in the way of the path that's laid out for you. What's warrior in the shining one in healing? We got the call of laughter with the fairies of mischief and play, you know. I feel like you answer the call of laughter, like nothing ruins your day. Okay, nothing ruins your day or your mood or who you are unless it's something that you like allowed to get to you. I feel like you really keep a very good mood all day and you're able to even still have that emotional withdrawal but still be like, you know, like giving host energy, you know, like just very sociable, really you have like an easy time talking to people if you're, you know, if you're in the mood, but still you have that like wall up. And I think like especially with this person, like they're very aware of this. They're trying to figure out how to like break that wall down so they can get into your energy more. What's healing and a call between worlds? Because that's your energy. Yeah, we got intimacy with self, okay? It says the lapdog hound of the goddess, okay? So I feel like your feminine energy is popping, you know, your intuition really is there, and it's like all this love that you give yourself, all this intimacy that you have with yourself, this relationship that you've built with yourself, and like these earth energies and your guides, it's all really paying off, and it's like down to the wire, you know. I heard through the wire, through the limit, through the phone. It's Kanye West, okay? I'm about to risk it all. Through the fire, through the limit, through the... But I can't remember what he was talking about in that. He said, I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody ordered pancakes, I just sip the scissor. This is like after he went through his accident and all of the things that he was going through during his healing, you know. That right there could drive a grown man berserk. I can hear like, I can hear the song like so clear in my head. That's Through the Wire by Kanye West. Come on, show it to me. Yeah, I drink a boost for breakfast, an insure for dessert. Somebody ordered pancakes, I just sip the scissor. That right there could drive a sane man berserk. Not to worry, Mr. H to the Izzos, back to Wizard. How do you console my mom or give her light support, telling her son's on life support? And just imagine how my girl feel on a plane, scared as hell that her guy looked like Emmett Till. Come on. It just closed. It just closed again. Like, I don't know. Maybe you could have had some sort of like NDE or like, I don't know. Maybe you just went to like a really dark place or a really low place in your life, and it was a lot of people like, I don't know, wondering if you would make it, wondering if you would make it through okay. Or even you could have been wondering if you were going to survive the things that you've been through. It says, she was with me before the deal. She been trying to be mine. No, what's the point? I really apologize for everything if it's unclear at all. So I don't know. I feel like they're actually apologizing to you. I feel like they're actually apologizing to you if things are unclear. And just know that like this is your time to come back to glory. You know what I mean? It says, and what we need to do in the game, good dude, bad night, right place, wrong time. In the blink of an eye, his whole life changed, you know? It says, I must got an angel. Cause look how death missed his ass. Unbreakable. What you thought they called me, Mr. Glass? Look back on my life like the ghost of Christmas past. Toys R Us, where I used to spend my Christmas cash, and I still won't grow up. I'm a grown ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid shit that I did, but I'm a champion, so I turn tragedy to triumph. Make that music that's fire, spit my soul through the wire, okay? And that's just what it is with you. Like, no matter what you've been through, no matter how bad things got, no matter, if he said they thought I was burnt up like Pepsi did Micheal, okay? So it's like they thought you was burnt up, they thought you was done, and death just keep on missing your ass because you are a shining warrior and you have a very high level of protection when it comes to everything that you're meant to have, because you've already gone through these things that you've been going through. And I think if you are going through anything at this time, it's kind of like this energy of you getting more comfortable working with the other realm, understanding how this call between the worlds works for you, and what's the best way for you to like express your healing with the help of the divine guides. And you just need to just stay focused, okay? Because that's good energy. Yeah, we got the sun god with God of the sky. So it's like everything, like I heard touch not my anointed, like you're so anointed. There's such a beautiful calling on your life, and you just need to stay focused through it all. But also I feel like that's what calls in a lot of the attention from the people around you, especially this Page of Pentacles person. Like they're very, very salty is what I heard, okay? But they're very envious, very jealous, and really wanting to play tricks while they kind of laugh in your face. Like they don't want to do it behind your back or at a real distance from you. Like, I know I said they could live a distance from you, but I don't know. I feel like now that distance is more of a representation of the energy of you two and how much you guys just really don't mesh or get along. Like, bringing my attention to this pig energy behind the fence in this thing. That's filthy, nasty, dirty, unclean ass energy. We got sun wheels with talismans, okay? That card talks about like keeping a sun talisman, okay? Like something that represents the sun, like this. If I could just get it. Something that is the sun, okay? Like this. I got a bunch of little suns right here because I bought like a bag of gems, a bag of different things, and it had a lot of little sun and moons in them. Yeah, and then we got the ancient ones. It says presence of the ancestors, okay? So your ancestors are always present with you, wanting you to stay in that sun type of energy, okay? What else? It says protective shell and path unknown, okay? Someone is keeping their true emotions hidden for self-protection. That's you with that emotionally withdrawn energy. It says the path ahead in the relationship is uncertain yet hopeful. I feel like somebody's hopeful that they're going to be able to keep you in their life long enough for them to like find a way to trick you, okay? What's taking root in the other world, the warrior and the trickster? It says pushing boundaries, okay? So someone's trying to push your boundaries, trying to test your limits and see just how far they could go, or just how much, they got you in some sort of way, but they don't got you. And you smiling while they overstep your boundaries because you know that your protection is right. Like she got two protective salt circles around her, and it's like, so sad for anyone who crosses them. And I think you keep a smile on your face no matter who's trying to test you or play with you. And it really makes people mad. What's the warrior, the shining one, healing, and the call of laughter? We got partial truths, okay? So this person could be a liar, okay? Like they only tell you half of what's going on with them, and they got all these unspoken desires when it comes to you, when it comes to your future, unexpressed desires, often hidden needs or emotions. It says only sharing parts of the truth that benefit oneself. What's healing? Intimacy with self and call between worlds. It says silent resentment, okay? And that's what I was saying. Like this person resents you. Like they really don't like you, but they really want to just smile in your face and hide their dissatisfaction. It says unexpressed feelings or dissatisfaction are simmering beneath the surface. What's this? Inner circle, okay? So this is someone, could be someone in your inner circle or someone that used to be in your inner circle. It says, are you being excluded from the inner circle? This person feels very excluded, and I love how it's like a little kid that looks really mad, you know, because it's the Page of Pentacles, like a very immature ass energy. And it's very easy for them to feel left out or to feel like people are laughing at them or judging them in some sort of way, because there's some part of this person that never really truly grew up, okay? Like this person doesn't think about things like a grown-up, you know? And I said it for you in the song, you know, swear I won't grow up. I'm a grown-ass kid. Swear I should be locked up for stupid shit that I did. It's like, yeah, you were young. Yeah, you've done some stupid shit in your life, you know, and things that God got you out of, and you're clear and you're doing things the right way, you know. And I think even that kind of pisses people off, how you always seem to like get off on the things, on these crazy things that you were able to do in the past scot-free. And it's like people have to pay consequences for the things that they do. Even years later, they're still paying for things that they did when they were younger, and things just seem to be kind of easy for you. But like I was saying, this person feels like it's real easy to make them feel left out or to make them feel like nobody's paying attention to them. Like the kind of person where it's like it could be three people and you and somebody else are talking, y'all having a good conversation, and it seems like things are flowing really well, and then they just gotta say something, or they just gotta be like and you know, just talking over you because they feel like they're not getting enough attention in that moment, in that conversation. What's seeing in all directions, wisdoms of the heart, and talismans? We got shocking discovery, okay? So there could be some sort of shocking discovery that's about to come out about this person, some sort of news, okay? I heard like some way that maybe they've done you wrong, or some sort of crime they've done in the past that they're about to have to pay for. What's pushing boundaries and partial truths? We got unmasking motives, okay? It says some people's true motives begin to surface, okay? That's confirmation. We got the circle of drama, okay? So, I mean, I feel like when this drama comes out, the Ascended Masters really want you to keep your head on right, you know? Focus more on your connection with the earth than you are on any drama, okay? It says your social circle is full of dramatic changes. Also, you know, there have been very dramatic changes to the people that you hang out with and the things that you even like to do when you're hanging out. Like, I feel like just so much of your life has changed, and now you're about to see a lot of things happening in the earthly matters, you know, that are about to be kind of surprising, or maybe some shit that you weren't expecting when it does come to the people that are being revealed around you. So they just want you to, like, you know, keep the peace, okay? We got silent resentment and inner circle. This is going with those two, okay? Jealousy issues. It says jealousy may be affecting your relationship, okay? So that's what I'm saying. This person is like extremely jealous of you, whoever they are. And they do real little nasty little bullshit. They could have found some sort of new alliances with people that don't fuck with you no more, and they kind of get off on like talking shit about you or spreading rumors and gossip, but really you're in your authentic self, and that shit is shining through. So it's like even when people do go check in with you or go see what's going on with you or go see if, you know, these rumors are true, you over here looking good as fuck, doing what you're supposed to be doing. You cut out a lot of those behaviors that didn't serve you, and you're thriving, and that really pisses this jealous bitch off, okay? What's inner circle and shocking discovery? We got ulterior motives, okay? This bitch is up to no good. Okay? It says someone may be getting close to you with hidden intentions. So just, and look, and then we got bad influence at the bottom of the deck, and then we got authentic vibes, you know? This two-faced person, they want to affect your authentic vibes. They want to be a bad influence in your life, plant stupid ass ideas in your head, but there's some sort of truth being uncovered, you know, and you might receive a lot of mixed signals from this person, like, ew. Ew, it's nasty energy. What's unmasking motives, pushing boundaries, and partial truths? We got the King of Latinum or the King of Pentacles. This could be representing you. I feel like, you know, you're like so much more mature than this person. Like I said, there's something going on like in their mind, some part of them that never got to mature, you know. I feel like, I don't know, they just look at the way that you move and the way that you operate in life like with such hate, but it's just because they love it and they want to walk in that kind of energy. What's partial truth, silent treatment, in the circle of drama? Oh, these cards, okay? They always shuffle weird, but we're going to take whatever pop out, or I guess we're going to take this, okay? We got the Page of Latinum. So, the Page of Pentacles again. And it's just like, ew, like, it's such a difference, you know. But also this gives me the energy of this person constantly like comparing themselves, their lives, the situations that they find themselves in with you. Yeah, and then we got the Five of Cloaks or the Five of Wands, which is like this energy of conflict, okay? Like this person, they just want to cause a lot of conflict for you. Tell me about this Five of Wands. We got the Three of Pentacles and the Nine of Wands, okay? So yeah, this person is feeling like beat down, battle weary, okay? Heartbroken about the way that you work as a team with the divine, and the way that it sort of seems like no matter who's put in your energy or who you're forced to work with, you always are a good teammate to them. And this person doesn't really know how to do that because they're like a little bit self-centered. What's inner circle, shocking discovery, and or ulterior motives? We got the Emperor, okay? And the Ace of Cups. So that's the ulterior motive that they really have. Like, they don't want to see you in this place of stability, okay? They have this ulterior motive, okay? So now this is Queen of Wands energy, you know? Like, maybe they want to affect the way that you look to other people, the way that you look in public. They want to create some sort of tower for you so that your, like, public image can be destroyed, you know? So that people will look at you differently, and maybe they won't listen to you, or they won't work as good with you in a team, okay? But also they could be giving Queen of Wands in reverse type of energy, you know? Someone who really doesn't take care of themselves well, you know? They don't be looking too good. They don't really care to take care of their body or keep up with their hygiene. What's the King of Latinum and the Page of Latinum? I feel like they're giving us a whole breakdown. We got the Seven of Wands, you know? So it's like at the end of the day, though, you can see right through those partial truths, you know? You natural lie detector energy, you know, you are a high priestess, okay? I showed you the medicine mother and the high priestess and the magic guardian. Like, there is no such thing as lying to you. So it's like this person is trying to lie to you and trying to lie to people on the outside of you. And I feel like because you're seeing through their lies, because you're the target, other people are seeing through their lies and this conflict that they're trying to create too. And it's like this person is really exhausted when it comes to making you look bad or affecting your life. But it's like they're obsessed. They can't stop. What's the Page of Latinum, the Nine of Wands, Three of Latinum, and the Five of Wands or Cloaks? Like, maybe I just need a little bit of that. Oh, okay. So we got a Temperance, and we got the Page of Starships, okay? So also, you could be having like new relationships coming toward you, you know? I feel like this person would love to get their hands on, like, you know, your new lover or whatever new beautiful opportunities you have coming in, you know? They would love to like see who your new friends are or what new people are going to come into your life, because the old people that you used to fuck with ain't even believing that bullshit that they kicking no more, you know? Like, they done got over it and healed from you and y'all's relationship, and they just don't even want to be hanging around somebody who's always constantly bringing you up, because it's clear you're not coming back. And I think it's kind of like, even though somebody's healed from you, so this could be an ex that this person knows or something, even though this person has healed from you, like, it still hurts their heart to kind of bring you up. Like, they could have been healed more, but they keep hanging around this person who loves to talk shit about you. and hearing your name and, you know, seeing pictures and little videos and shit and feeling like, damn, you know. So they're just like tired of this person always bringing information about you to them because they're finding out that it's not even true information. Like, what the fuck do I need you as an informant on what this person is doing for if you're not even going to bring me the truth or tell me what's really going on with them? Yeah, we got the Hierophant, okay? So, I don't know. Why do we got the Hierophant? The Hierophant always gives me God energy. We got the Eight of Cups, okay? Because God told you to walk away from this situation, and I feel like you really have listened, okay? Like, you're following God, but you're not doing things in the traditional way that people think you should. And I think at first, maybe that got this person a lot of attention by always talking about that and always bringing that up. But it's like, now that people really see who you are or see what you have to offer or see what the way that you do things, it just makes them want to exchange energy with you even more. Like, they don't want to cut you off, so it's hard for this person to like ruin anything for you. So just don't worry about anything. I feel like there's a lot of people who stand up for you. And then the Nine of Cups is right here, or the Nine of Starships, because like this wish fulfillment is coming for you and nobody else. This cycle has ended with this person, and here you are still standing in your independent wealth and knowing your worth and knowing your value. And that's why with the Six of Wands, again, you're being treated like the High Priestess or the High Priest that you are. Because that's what you really truly deserve, you know. Like, this is the time of your justice, and this person kind of missed, okay? They didn't kind of miss. They fucking missed. And you're being highly protected. All right, what else? Everybody left. I'm so happy. We got endless opportunities, okay? Because it's finally empty in here. So, you know, your possibilities, your opportunities, they're completely endless, you know? And also, you know, like your ability to transform, your ability to adapt to whatever way you wish to go is endless, you know? And you adapt so effortlessly, and it just, I think, really catches people off guard and just rouses up all kinds of unwarranted feelings, you know. Like, it just makes them lash out at you because they feel like they're not in that energy or they could never be. You have a very strong soul star chakra, baby. Your etheric chakras are amazing, and you really truly are merging with the divine in a very powerful way. Yeah, we got the crystal keys, okay? Look at your crown cracked wide open, my beautiful star seer family, okay? Being held up and shown the right way by the ascended masters at this time. It's really them who's helping you a lot when it does come to ignoring certain people and the things that they do. Not even necessarily ignoring it, but being more accepting of it. Because it's like, if you're related to this person, to this hater, you know, or you work with them, or maybe they are just actually a friend and you already understand why they be on that. So you just really don't be tripping, you know. And so it just really, they be like, ugh, they be so mad. I keep telling y'all, they're so mad out here, okay? These bitches mad. We don't care. We like when bitches be mad because maybe that anger will instigate some sort of healing within them, you know? But I feel like, you know, you just keep ignoring every little thing that this person tries to do. And so it just makes you look better and better because you actually are getting better and better. You're just focused on the things that are important, the things that are right, the things that are coming into you. And you're kind of emotionally withdrawing from anything and anyone who isn't aligned with that, or who isn't trying to get aligned with that, or even trying to get aligned with themselves, or trying to align themselves with the energy of God the way that you have done. Not like you'll hate them, you know, if they don't believe in God or whatever, or, you know, if they're not walking exactly the same way you're walking, because you're operating beyond the mind and you understand that that's kind of impossible, but you're at home within yourself and all you have to offer is love, is this balance, are these unique gifts, and you're just kind of transmuting everything else with the violet flame and continuing to have this beautiful confidence with this solar plexus energy in what it is that you do, you know. You're just focused on this radiant illumination of you and your energies, you know, of your starseed elemental energies that have been like embedded within you. And it's just so beautiful, okay? So they want you to just keep shining your light, no matter what haters try to get you or try to cause a problem for you, because they can't stop you, really and truly. Yeah, we got the root chakra, which says ground and center, Continue to keep your energy grounded and keep grounding these very high energies. You're operating out of this full spectrum type of power, or you're about to be, as you take more walks, go outside and ground yourself more, really connect more with that earth energy, because this is what is called for this next ascension, okay, to unlock even more unique gifts and more of a sense of balance in your life. Oh, all right. What else? We got endless opportunity, the star seer, and the soul star chakra. This is direction guardian, okay, which is talking about choosing your path. I feel like when it comes to the choices that you've made, as far as like how you want to walk and how you're dealing with other people, you have chosen very wisely, is what I'm hearing. You've chosen very wisely. You're doing such a great job, so mature, and that valuable. I'm hearing again, like, please don't trick yourself into thinking that you're not valuable, or that what you have to offer is not enough, or you're not getting enough of a response for it, because it's just amazing. And sometimes it's so amazing that everybody can't handle it yet. Sometimes you're waiting for the world to catch up with your energy that you're putting out. Like when you're doing something or you're eating something that seems weird and everybody's judging you for it, and then the next thing you know, everybody's doing that shit too, like that. So keep doing what it is that you do. You're a trendsetter, a way maker, is what I'm hearing. What's on soul star chakra, root chakra, and crystal keys? This, okay, the moon. So it's talking about taking note of your intuitive messages, okay? Continue to follow your intuition and trust the things that you hear or that you see about the people on the outside of you, Like at some point, at some points, it can feel like maybe you're being paranoid, or maybe you're feeling nitpicky, or, there's no way that this many people could be scammers or could really not have my back. But unfortunately, that is the reality of a lot of people's situation. They've been surrounded by people who don't give a fuck their whole life. And not only that, not only are they just not giving a fuck, because it would be cool if they just didn't give a fuck, right? But they gotta take it one step further and group together and talk that shit and try to sabotage you and do all of this extra stuff when they could just not give a fuck and move on with their life. It's the extra effort for me. Okay? And so you just have to continue to be aware of that and just move accordingly. What's direction guardian and moon? We got the sage, okay, which is talking about being devoted and committed. Continue to be devoted and committed to operating out of the full spectrum of your energies. Continue to be devoted and committed to solidifying your relationship that you have with God, and really focusing on the right things in life. Everything comes in, everything trickles down, is kind of how I'm hearing it. Everything trickles down when you are focused on God. The blessings fall right in your lap. So just, be open to receiving, okay? That's the energy. You being very open to receiving at this time, having full faith and trust that that thing is coming in, okay? And these haters is just gonna have to hate. Yeah, we got water guardian with connect with your emotions, and it's okay to be emotionally withdrawn from certain people, but just make sure you don't get to that place where you're letting things build up, or you're getting irritated, overly irritated with people, even though they're immature and they're on some bullshit. Like, don't get overly irritated with people to the point where you're kind of cutting yourself off from your emotions, or where you're like, what is it, numbing, or kind of disconnecting from yourself, smoking too much or drinking too much or doing any of your old habits just in order to like cope with what was going around. We've grown from that. So try to stay in that place that you've grown from by taking care of your needs first, okay? But they've already complimented the way that you love yourself, so I don't think that we really have to worry too much about that, okay? Just release the old and rest right now is what it says right here with this autumn energy, you know. The fall could be very significant. You could really love the fall. You could think it's beautiful. You know, I definitely do. I don't know. You could just like the way that time of year feels, you know. Yeah, and then we got the sun when I pushed up more cards, and it says enjoy success and happiness, okay? So enjoy the success and happiness. It's really meant for you. So I'm going to get you a totem animal and the final thought. And I will be Googling that totem animal. This could be an animal that you've been seeing, or an animal that, you know, the Ascended Masters just want you to make you aware of, that's in your energy, like an animal guide, okay? So what's this for them? It came right out, didn't it? Okay. So we got the frog, okay, which says heal. And then we got provide right here at the bottom of the deck with the cow, you know. I love that. Very abundant energy, you know. And the frogs can hop to any lily pad, like kind of with this opportunities card that I was showing you, you know. The frog, not the card, okay. The frog can hop into, you know, any lily pad or onto any new perspective that they want to hop on, you know. They don't dwell and they don't stick around for no drama, right? Because they just want to be a free frog that's free to hop around and do whatever it is that, you know, God put them here on this earth to do, okay? So I feel like that's definitely your vibe. But let me pull this one first, then I'll do the Chamber of the Violet Flame. Excuse me. So do some violet flame meditations, please, my love. Transmute this negative energy that this jealous person is projecting at you, and just keep going, okay? What's the final thought for this? We got the central sun, which is talking about abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success, okay? So you're receiving an abundance of downloads at this time, or you are about to. You've gone through this period of regeneration, and your success is guaranteed, okay? Yeah, you could be receiving some sort of Pleiadian activation also. And then we got the Chamber of the Violet Flame again, which is talking about a karmic release, a radical transformation. And that could be another reason kind of why that person's like sweating bullets or really tripping or trying to amp up the attacks, because they feel like, you know, like you're beyond the time where they can attack you, or you're going to be very soon. But we both know that you've been beyond that. Hell to the no. That's why I had 2 phones, because I don't like people calling me while I'm recording. I'm going to have to call her back. Okay, so frog. So the frog as a totem animal often signifies transformation, adaptability, and the ability to navigate different realms or emotional states. It can also represent healing, intuition, and a connection to nature's magic. In some cultures, frogs are associated with wealth, abundance, and good fortune. So all of that is coming in for you. If you want to get deeper, you could always just look up the frog totem meaning, okay? And there's usually like a whole article, you know, about like frogs and their environment and how they live and how it will relate to you, and what kind of other energies the frogs are connected to, because a lot of animals have like deities and other energies that have been represented by that animal, you know. Ooh, this reading is kind of long. So, the central sun, okay, it says our sun is the center of our solar system. Solar being the key word. All the planets orbit it. We use this journey to measure time, space, and even our birthday. The sun helps us communicate with our journey and see how far we've come. It is just far enough away to create the perfect conditions for Earth to become abundant with life. In ancient Greece, the sun was known as Helios. In ancient Egypt, it was Ra. Worldwide, the ancients knew the importance of the sun. The earliest sky gazers worshipped it because daily it would appear over the horizon, leaving the darkness and the mystery of night. It was clear that it had governance over life and light. So we learned early on that the sun was needed for us to survive and thrive. The sun is therefore a vital energetic vortex in the physical realm. But on a spiritual level, it is a portal of divine light that we connect with through the inner universe. It's a spiritual gateway representing the center of the multiverse, a sacred energetic portal that irradiates infinite inspirational light. Okay, it says visualize yourself diving within until you find yourself arriving at a sun in the center of the galaxy of your being. Invite it to encode your frequency with regeneration energy. So your message is that the great central sun is shining brightly in your life and upon your world. This is a time to regenerate. Tiredness and old energy are being washed away. Old skins have peeled off to reveal a sacred time more aligned to you. This is an exciting time. Central sun energy is magnetic and all powerful, opening you up to light and supporting you as you express your own light in this lifetime. New ideas, opportunities, and experiences come easily to you at this time. Like the sun kissing the perfectly ripe soil, the seeds you have planted are being encouraged to grow. Realize that in order to go beyond your horizon, it's important for you to welcome energetic exchanges. When you help others, you let yourself be helped in return. When you invest energy in projects, you let energy be invested in yourself, okay? So, with that, I'm done. I bit my lip a little. With that, I'm done. I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, that you got something that you need out of this, and I will see you later, my love. Bye.